Hello students, welcome to ePathshala. I am Dr. Kalpakam Polasa, former Director in charge of Nutrition Research Institute, or what is known as the National Institute of Nutrition, situated at Hyderabad. FOSHU is actually an acronym for Food for Special Health Uses, and nutrigenomics is the subject which deals on prescription of a personalized diet based on genotype of an individual. Even though we all human beings are somewhat similar in our metabolic functions and physiology, but still there is some difference in the DNA of each individual, even if it varies by few nucleotides and sequences in the DNA. This difference is known as SNPs, or the single nucleotide polymorphism. So, certain very subtle changes in the DNA can make a profound impact on the outcome and susceptibility to certain diseases. Certain genotypes are more prone to develop certain type of disorders like hypertension and diabetes, etc., whereas some genotypes are protected even though they may be consuming a similar type of diet. Therefore, these FOSHU, or the Food for Special Health Uses, have been developed first of all in Japan many decades back, and is very popular for general use by the public. There are nutrients and non-nutrients in the diet, and nutrition in general focus on maintaining the optimizing healthy status in order to prevent onset of diseases through malnutrition, which may be undernutrition or overnutrition. That is, more specifically, when we say malnutrition, it refers to imbalance of nutritional factors. It is well known that food or dietary modifications go a long way in reducing the risk of disease-related but by diet-related diseases, but by identifying the individual genetic predispositions for chronic disease and the potential for individual response to dietary interventions, these diseases may be better prevented by more appropriately designed diets. Diet is a composite of both nutrient and non-nutrient. All the foods contain macronutrient like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, fibers, and micronutrients, namely vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes, and also several hundred naturally occurring substances in plant foods which are called as the phytochemicals. These occur naturally in whole or unprocessed foods such as fruits, vegetables, beans, legumes, nuts, seeds, whole grains, herbs, and spices. Origin of nutrigenomics is that nutrigenomics is the science of which is somewhat distinguished from the nutrition in that we design the diet based on the responses of the individuals to a particular component in the diet. The term nutrigenetics was defined in 1975 by R.O. Brennan in his book titled Nutrigenetics. The nutrigenetics is the study of the mechanisms by which bioactive dietary components interact with genetic material and how genetic variation affects the interaction between these bioactive dietary components and the health and disease potential of a person. Nutrigenomics is the study that affects the bioactive dietary components on the genome, proteome, that is the subtotal of all the proteins, and the metabolome, the sum of all metabolites at a global population level. The nutritional genomics is the study of how dietary and other lifestyle chronic diseases choices influence the lifestyle diseases or the function of living being at a molecular, cellular, organism, and population levels. It includes the nutrigenetics and the nutrigenomics. This approach is also termed as a personalized nutrition or even targeted nutrition. This is a very new, emerging, novel concept and is likely to play an important role in the future development of nutritional therapies. Nutrigenomics challenges the central dogma of clinical nutrition, that is, a good nutrition is essential for good health. Instead, it recognizes that individuals differ and what is appropriate for one may not be appropriate, or it is inappropriate or possibly even dangerous for another human being. The nutrition diseases are the ones where the nutrition intervention is directed more to prevent rather than cure the diseases, because we know dietary factors can modulate the outcome of disease but not treat or cure the disease. Research in this area has made extensive use of biomarkers as functional parameters, particularly in the intervention studies. These biomarkers are mostly genomic tools which are able to measure the biological responses. This has led to development of concepts and research on genetic variation to respond to nutrients and non-nutrients. The science of nutrigenomics is the study of how naturally occurring chemical constituents in diet alters molecular expression of genetic information in each individual. The key genetic enabler of nutritional genomics is based on those genetic differences, also known as single nucleotide polymorphism. Diet is one of the key constant environmental factors to which our genes are exposed throughout life. Those variations are responsible why some individuals' particular diet that seemed destined to lead to chronic disease but did not, while other individuals consuming a similar diet develop a disease. The nutrigenomics and the chronic diseases. Coming to the cardiovascular disease, first and foremost, there is a gene called as the ApoA1 gene, which plays an important role in lipid metabolism and coronary heart disease etiology. Some studies reported that transition mutation from base G to A in promoter of the ApoA1 gene is associated with high level of HDL cholesterol. But in some other studies this was not observed. This was due to variant A allele, which was associated with decreased serum HDL levels. The genetic effect was reversed in women who ingested more of polyunsaturated fatty acids than the saturated fats and monounsaturated fats, or MUFA. Such interactions explain altered susceptibility to diseases that may be mediated by varying gene expression in response to different dietary factors. The second disorder, that is the hypertension, has again a very good example of nutrigenomics. A variant AA of angiotensin gene, or the ANG gene, is associated with circulating angiotensin G protein, which is associated with increased blood pressure. A particular diet used in DASH study, or the dietary approaches to stop hypertension, modulated the response of AA genotype positively, whereas the same diet was less effective in reducing blood pressure in individuals with GC genotype. About 60% of African Americans have a AA variant, whereas the remaining harbor AG heterozygous at this position. Cancer. In women with a particular genotype involved in estrogen metabolism, intake of soy can reduce breast cancer risk, whereas in other genotypes this effect may not occur. This is example of diet-gene interaction. In women who express the HER2 protein, olive oil, an active component in green tea, that is epigallocatechin 3 gallate, can inhibit the HER, or also known as NOI protein 2 gene expression and prevent breast cancer. Similarly, N3 fatty acid present in fish oil can suppress HER2 gene expression. At molecular level, it has been demonstrated that dietary factors or their metabolites bind directly to nuclear receptors and alter gene expression. The vitamin D receptor, or the VDR, and a nuclear hormone receptor is known to mediate the biological actions of 1,25-hydroxy D3 by regulating a variety of target genes involved in cell proliferation and differentiation. There are several known vitamin D receptor polymorphisms which affect the response to various dietary components and disease risk. Individuals with FF, or a heterozygous homozygous small ff genotype, were reported to have a 51 and 84% greater risk of developing colorectal cancer than those consuming low calcium or low fat diet, found to have more than double the risk of colorectal cancer when they carried a recessive F form of gene in homozygous condition compared to the FF genotype. Once the deficiency in the diet is corrected, the effect of the genotype disappeared. The polymorphism may serve as a predictive marker for those who will benefit most from taking proper quantities of calcium. Nutritional epigenetics. The epigenetics is the study of heritable changes in gene expression that occur without a change in DNA sequence. DNA in the cell is methylated to protect them, and the enzyme methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase plays a key role in methylation reactions. The C66-7T polymorphism, in which there is a reduced enzyme activity, there is an inverse correlation with incidence of colorectal cancer. Using dietary recall method to quantitate the intake of folate, vitamin B12, vitamin B6 and methionine, they were assessed in individuals with the homozygous dominant CC or homozygous TT phenotypes. Low intakes of these vitamins were associated with increased risk of cancer among those with this genotype. In the agouti mice, supplementation of choline contained in the egg, betaine from beetroot, folic acid present in legumes, vitamin B12 present in soy products and dairy, liver, etc., methionine from nuts and cheese, zinc present in wheat germ, nuts, spinach and seafood, all to the maternal diet increase the levels of DNA methylation in promoter region of agouti gene and causes a change in color pattern of the hair coat. This phenotypic change coincides with lower susceptibility to obesity, diabetes and cancer. Genistein, which is present in soy, supplementation during pregnancy was observed to change the coat color of the offspring and reduce the body mass. The nutritional transcriptomics. The rate of transcription of gene is also great important, and bioactive compounds in food are important regulators of gene expression at this level also. Vitamins, minerals and other phytonutrients modulate gene transcription and translation in a dose and time dependent manner. These events in turn influence cellular energetics, cell growth, apoptosis and differentiation. The antioxidant activity in cell is modified by sulforaphane and other sulfur compounds in cruciferous vegetables and alliums. Let us come to now define what is FOSHU. FOSHU is expanded as foods for specified health uses. These are foods that possess functional health ingredients with physiological functions and biological activity. These foods are sold with health claims stating specified health functions that can be derived from intake of the food. The FOSHU foods may be meant for people with some medical conditions, and dietary fibers, oligosaccharide, isoflavones are some of the examples which are allowed to have claims for specified dietary uses in Japan. There is another category called as the food for special dietary uses or the FOSDU. In India, we have the food for special dietary use and food for special medical purpose. FOSHU as diet therapy. Who may need a FOSHU? Certain category of people are likely to need a special or a specific diet, as their diet may be deficit in required quantities of vitamins, minerals and other nutrients, or they may have some medical condition where they require more of a particular nutrient or a non-nutrient. These groups may be the pregnant women, the nursing mothers, strict vegetarians, people with food allergies or intolerances, senior citizens and individuals with metabolic syndrome. The medical foods and nutrition management. Management of genetic disorders involve diet restriction. This may result in low levels of intake of protein or some nutrients required for growth and normal metabolism. These may be sold as sachet, ready to feed, bars, capsules, and they are specific for a particular condition. Consumption of these foods balances the nutrient intake and their bioavailability. Treatment of some inborn errors of metabolism may not be through replacement of normal diet in toto, but may be through supplementation with single nutrient. This approach has been tried using supplementation with single nutrient like carnitine, leucine, isoleucine, and coenzyme Q. For individuals suffering from metabolic diseases, use of dietary supplement is a boon. For those suffering from glycogen storage diseases, benefit by eating cornstarch or some other sugar substitutes frequently. This will prevent the occurrence of frequent hypoglycemia or low levels of blood glucose. Similarly, vitamin supplementation, for example, thiamine supplementation, may be very helpful to individuals born with some types of disorders that cause lactic acidosis. Labeling of horseshoe foods. The sale of horseshoe foods is regulated by government bodies. In general, some of the requisites that the food manufacturer has to show are the scientific evidence for the following: 1. Claimed health benefit, safety and efficacy for human consumption, intake or the doses at which they have to be consumed, functional component as defined by physical, chemical, biological characterization, methods of quantitative analysis, and nutrient composition. The medical foods are required for patients, for example, people with metabolic disorders, as source of variety of nutrients. The medical foods are categorized under different class as they cannot be either conventional foods or drugs, but have to meet the daily nutritional requirement, and they are taken under only medical advice. Dietary supplements should not be used to treat any disease or as a preventive healthcare strategy. An exception to this recommendation is the appropriate use of vitamins, like for example the vitamin C, which is given to treat scurvy. Folic acid, B12 are given to treat anemia. Claims. Since horseshoe carry a health claim on the label, this has to be approved by the national regulatory authority. Manufacturers may claim, for example, that the product addresses a nutrient deficiency, supports health, or is linked to a particular body function like an immune status or a heart health, etc. Sometimes the levels of ingredients given on the label may not meet the requirement. For nutritional supplements, general nutrient content claim may be permitted. For example, a beverage may have added calcium, and it can be stated that calcium is good for bones and teeth, and a particular beverage has some amount of this nutrient. The health claim. Health claims are permitted for a supplement which indicates that by consuming that product there may be some health benefit. It may be a disease risk reduction or management of chronic disease, or both the conditions. Mostly, consumption of these products, food, require lifestyle and dietary changes that have to be followed almost lifelong. Therefore, all these products have to necessarily undergo both efficacy as well as the safety tests. Nutrient content claims. Products with the nutrient content claim must give level of the nutrient present in the product. Terms like free, high, low, or comparison with the level of a nutrient in a food to that of another food using expressions namely more, reduced, and low can be used. While mentioning high or low, a quantitative statement indicating the concentration, for example 200 mg of sodium or 0.1% trans fat, can be displayed on label. The levels should indicate that these two are present at low concentrations. In other words, the supplements containing these two nutrients should meet the criteria of low level for a given portion size. The nutrient content claims are applicable to only those which have recommended daily intake level or daily value or dietary reference value. This is also called as comparative health claim, and they can be percentage claim, which then fall under another category of nutrient content claims. Such claims are used to describe the percentage level of a dietary ingredient. Claim under this category refers to ingredients which doesn't have an accepted daily value, and the claim should also be supported by a statement of the amount of the dietary ingredient per serving. Then we have another category of the claim, that is the structure and the function claims. Structural functional claims are of two types: the dietary supplement labeling claims, claims for general good health, and claims related to a nutrition deficiency state. Structure function claim must describe the role of a nutrient or a dietary ingredient that affects the normal structure or a physiological function. For example, calcium builds strong bone. This milk product has calcium, which is good for bone health. Food products can also make claim by which a nutrient or a dietary ingredient acts to maintain a structure or a function. For example, fiber maintains bowel regularity, or probiotics enhances immunity. General health claims indicate that consuming a product containing a particular ingredient or a nutrient good for maintaining a healthy status. For example, consuming grapes or resveratrol in the grape is good for health. If iron fortified food products or foods are consumed, it may prevent anemia. This is an example for nutritional deficiencies claim, disease claim, which describes a benefit related to a nutrient deficiency disease. The structure function claims for normal dietary component, for example milk, focus on effects derived from nutritive value present in the food. But the structure function claim for dietary supplement or product may focus on a non-nutritive as well as a nutritive effect. For example, isoflavones that are present in the soy food, they may have a beneficial effect on bone health and may help in women, postmenopausal women, to prevent the risk of osteoporotic fractures or osteoporosis itself. Benefits versus the risk. One must remember that food alone cannot treat or cure diseases. The 4 shoe foods are to be consumed by people with some condition which requires diet management with other treatment if necessary. For example, calcium and vitamin D are needed at higher levels by elderly women to maintain healthy bone health and prevent osteoporosis, for keeping bones strong and reducing the bone loss. Fish oil supplements, the omega-3 fatty acids, are commonly used by many and may help some people with heart disease. Other commonly used supplements are the multivitamin, vitamin D, E, micronutrient like zinc, iron, calcium, garlic oil, glucosamine, and probiotics. The meal replacement products are also used by those who are in frail health or convalescing individuals. Glucosamine and chondroitin supplements are consumed by people to obtain relief from osteoarthritis and knee pain. The above products are to be consumed in consultation with healthcare provider. Now let us see the regulation in India for the type of special category of foods similar to the 4 shoe foods. The requirements to be followed in India for sale of functional food, nutraceutical, food for special dietary use, food for medical purpose, novel food are all covered by the Food Safety Standard Act of 2006 and the Packaging Labeling Regulation of 2011. In order to procure the regulatory clearance, nutritional and physiological benefits must be proven with science-based evidence and must be approved by the Food Authority. The authority has scientific panel and expert groups who study the case and guide the authority to take science-based decision. As per the regulation, all these products must have a label declaration. The label should give complete information in a detailed manner as per the guidelines framed by Food Authority and the legislation. Food for special dietary use other than infants and those products intended to be taken under medical advice is given under section 16 clause 5 of regulation. Some of the important features are: no food business operator FBO shall manufacture, formulate or process an article of food for special dietary use unless it is specifically processed or formulated to satisfy a particular dietary requirements which may exist or arise because of certain health conditions, namely low weight, obesity, diabetes and high blood pressure, pregnant and nursing lactating women, geriatric population, celiac disease and other health conditions. The FPO shall indicate on label whether or not the food has to be taken under medical advice. The FPO can sell in single or dosage form to be taken in measured amount to derive nutritional or physiological effect. The FPO can also formulate an article of food for oral feeding through enteral, but not for use for parenteral applications. Product cannot be a normal food enriched with or modified with nutrients meant for mass consumption. Labeling in India. The packages must contain in label food for special dietary use followed by food for mentioning the physiological or the health condition. For example, a statement that pregnant women, infants, adolescents, elderly shall not use unless medically advised and mention not for medicinal use. Foods for special medical purpose. All the packages of food for special medical purpose should carry the following label declaration as foods for special medical purpose, which should be printed near the name or brand name of the product, and recommended to be used under medical advice only should be printed on the label in bold letters and it should be distinctly visible. More details are given in the recent notification of November 2016 of FSSAI. So from this module you have seen that supplements or special category of foods called as the FOSHU are used by many people around the world as OTC drug, or it's not a drug, it's a food. But since these foods carry certain claims regarding reducing certain type of conditions or risk, they are under regulation by a nation food regulatory authority. In India, the FSSAI 2006 Act covers all these foods, and the claims which the food manufacturer claims have to be approved by the food authority before they are marketed for consumption by the public. Thank you.